truly meets that thing called life every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I hope you're having yourselves a fantastic morning this morning, and I hope that you are treating yourself well, being safe, staying healthy, and enjoying the weather, folks, right? The weather's changing to the fall. Some people can deal with that. Some people, it freaks y'all out. But it's going to be okay. It's going to work out. I promise things are going to be all right. So, welcome into the broadcast. Happy to have you here every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora inside of these Cafe Kubal studios. Cafe Kubal located for you on 3501 James Street, 324 West Water Street, 401 South Salina Street, and they're also here with you on, and those are all in Syracuse, as well as 343 Fayette Street in Manlius, New York, and you can find them on the corner of Route 11 and Taft Road at Sweetheart Corners in their drive-through location. So make sure you head out to Cafe Kubal today. Let them know the Wake Up Call sent you their way. So hope that you are enjoying whatever cup you decided to get today from Cafe Kubal as you watch and listen to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora from anywhere in central and upstate New York, as well as anywhere in the world by going to youtube.com/wakeupcalldt, facebook.com/wakeupcalldt, as well as mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. You can also go to the homepage of wakeupcalldt.com where the MixLR feed is embedded. And of course, you could find us by going to facebook.com/livenowdt as well. So however you're tuning into the show, thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora and every broadcast that we get to do every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, as well as our special engagements. And we have massive news about a broadcast that we're going to be doing this week, which I am excited to share with you, and we'll be sharing it on our social media. So make sure you connect with our social media today because we're going to be releasing that information very, very soon. So, very excited for that. With that being said, inside of monpazpopcorn.com is what's popping. If I just did the first two interviews of today's broadcast and called it a day, it would be a fantastic show. But our show today is separated into two pieces. It's separated into two videos. So make sure those of you on MixLR, you head off to youtube.com and facebook.com, both /wakeupcalldt, because we have hour one and hour two separated into two videos for today. Typically, it's all the way through, but for today, we've separated them. In this first hour of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, inside of monpazpopcorn.com is what's popping, and Monpaz is back open after the fair finished up last week. They're open for you now on 201 Old 7th North Street in Liverpool, New York. So make sure you head out there today. Let them know the Wake Up Call sent you. First, we are going to have our sit-down conversation on faith and baseball with, I was thinking about some things yesterday, Mookie Wilson is going to be joining the show. 1986 World Series champion is going to be joining the broadcast, a man of great faith, a man who shared his testimony on Faith and Family Night at the Syracuse Mets game this past weekend, and I had the opportunity to sit down with Mookie, and I want to thank Marty Nave for taking the picture that you see here off to my right on screen, and very much appreciate that. So, nice action shot of sitting down with Mookie. The 1986 World Series New York Met joins the show today to speak on the 1986 World Series, the Mets, as well as to share his faith. So, Mookie Wilson, I have the opportunity to speak with a national, world, awesome champ in just a couple minutes. And after that, we will speak with fellow national champion when I have the opportunity to speak with Alex Grigorita once again in a Bobcat Buzz special featuring the reigning national champion head coach Bryant of Bryant and Stratton College of Syracuse here for the Bobcats women's soccer team, and that being Alex Grigorita, who joins me around 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. And then on our second hour of the day, which will be in a separate video, Tortora and Elford will come to you, a product of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, as we take a look at Syracuse through two games and a 2-0 start to their football season, as well as provide for you the ingredients to success that come to you every Tuesday to round out the show. Proudly presented by Avicoli's on the corner of Route 57 and Wetzel Road in Liverpool, New York. Minutes from Liverpool High School. So, a lot of great stuff coming up here today. Tortora and Alford, ingredients to success in hour number 2. Hour number 1, Mookie Wilson, Alex Grigorita, both champions representing our great nation. And they will be joining me right after this, starting things off first and foremost with Mookie Wilson. Right after this fast break on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, where sports truly meets life from right here inside of the Cafe Kubal studios.
Carvel DeWitt, it's what happy tastes like. Do you know why? Because we make ice cream. Creamy, rich, flavorful ice cream. Not yogurt or iced milk like some of our competitors. Ice cream. Fresh, by hand, daily. For the calorie conscious, we have something new for you. Our new Carvelite. Same great flavor, creaminess, and texture of our regular ice cream with only 35 calories an ounce. So whether you want an ice cream cake, flying saucer, dasher, carvalanche, hard or soft ice cream, we will satisfy your craving with our fresh, handmade regular or new Carvelite ice cream. Carvel DeWitt. It's what happy tastes like.
Cafe Kubal offers same-day local delivery of our products, offering no delivery charge for Onondaga County. Shop cafekubal.com for fresh roasted coffee beans, cold brew, travel mugs, and all your essential Cafe Kubal needs. Cafe Kubal, coffee for the soul.
The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is located on 3680 Milton Avenue in the Home Depot Plaza. It is your family-friendly sports bar and restaurant. Folks, some sports bars aren't family-friendly. Some family-friendly restaurants are not sports bars. The Wildcat Sports Pub in Camillus, New York is proud to be both. It is that marriage that you've been looking for years. The Wildcat Sports Pub is your home base for your sports bar and restaurant needs, games for the kids, indoor and outdoor activities, and enough things on the menu to come back every single week and get to try something new. They're open Sundays from noon to 8 p.m., Monday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to midnight. For reservations and party information, call 315-487-2222 for the Wildcat family-friendly sports pub and restaurant.
Cafe Kubal offers same-day local delivery of our products, offering no delivery charge for Onondaga County. Shop cafekubal.com for fresh roasted coffee beans, cold brew, travel mugs, and all your essential Cafe Kubal needs. Cafe Kubal, coffee for the soul.
This is Amy from Mother's Cupboard, home of the whole frittata. We are open daily 6 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. For takeout orders, call 315-432-0942 and tune in to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora for our monthly food challenge and try our Wake Up Call signature menu item available 7 days a week. Here at Mother's Cupboard, we are Central New York, and it's our honor to serve you.
Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory remind us that every day is worth celebrating. Find them at 201 Old 7th North Street in Liverpool, New York. Open Monday through Saturday in-store and all the time online at maandpaspopcorn.com. Serving our Central New York community and beyond, you can order all throughout the country at maandpaspopcorn.com. And remember to get your tins, which have in-store half-price refills forever. Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory Factory available to you for fundraising and all of your events by calling 315-450-6272. That's 315-450-6272. Ma and Pa's Kettle Corn and Popcorn Factory. How corny are you?
Witty Wicks Candles and Gift Shop, Township 5 Camillus, where you will find handcrafted all-natural soy wax candles over 60 cents to freshen up your home. We carry a wide range of locally made items, Salsa Q's, Syracuse Salt, and Chocolate Pizza Company, to name a few. Let our knowledgeable staff help choose unique gifts and keepsakes for any occasion. Gifts for family and friends, and maybe a little something for yourself. Witty Wicks Candles and Gift Shop, Township 5 Camillus.
Here with Mookie Wilson, Dan Tortora on Wake Up Call. And Mookie, you not only have a connection to the Mets, but a connection to faith. And I just got to hear your story and just what you can say about how that's guided you and maybe where that started for you.
As I said, I was brought up in the church. But being brought up in the church just validates you as being a Christian. All right, so let me make that perfectly clear. Christianity, it taught me that Christianity is something that you learn. None of us were born to be saved. Okay. None of us were born saved. We were born to be saved, but none of us were born saved. And Christianity is something that we learn. And it takes time. Some others longer than others. But it all has to begin with just believing that God is real and what He says is possible. And it goes from there. So it's something that I think you have to start early with children, is instill it in their minds. And it may take years before it takes root, but that's where it starts.
For you to have the history that you had and the success that you had, like you said, you pray for a hit, you pray for certain things. But when we look back to 1986, a prayer answered, I would say, back then. So.
Well, the thing, it took me a while to understand that, but if I pray to win a ball game and to get a hit, that means I'm praying for the other person to lose. God don't work that way. I mean, I love for people to acknowledge God and that He's in control of everything, but I don't think that God is a Met fan or a Red Sox fan or St. Cardinal fan or anything. God is a people person, and I think if winning is what He has in store for you to help you grow, then you will win. But then again, I think that there are certain things that God leave up to human element, and I think that's when you come to sports, that's what it is.
When you look back on those days, you look back on Game 6 in 1986 and the wild pitch, and then that hit that you had at first base, that brought Ray Knight home and all that, Bill Buckner's mistake. Just bring me back into that, because I'm sure that people still stop you today, especially Met fans, to remember that.
Well, no, the Met fans, both the fans. I mean, they keep telling me I ruined your life. I mean, come on, But but it was a situation where I do thank God for giving me the stability mentally to be able to go up there and not panic, play my game, and be willing to accept whatever the results are. Once you give your best, that's all you can ever do. You can't dictate the future, you can't dictate the results. You just have to do your best, and then you go from there. And I was fortunate that the other team didn't do their best. The wild pitch, I mean, come on. You have 2 strikes on 4 different hitters, and you can't get a guy out. Come on. So it's not so much as what I did, it's what the other team wasn't able to do, and that was to close it out. Yes, I'll take credit for it, but I was just being me. That is, just give the best you can, and whatever happens, happens.
The call was by Vince Scully, and he just passed recently, so you can say about Vince. Playing against the Dodgers for so many years, going in Dodger Stadium and listening to Vince Scully, he was one of the greats. I think I knew Vince Scully before I knew anything about the Mets, because I used to listen to baseball on Saturdays afternoon when Vince Scully was, one of the announcers and stuff. And I knew him before I knew anything about the Mets. So he's a part of everybody's baseball history. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I didn't know him as personal as probably I would have liked to, but from what I do know from a professional standpoint,
He was great, and baseball worked for missing.
How much of a fan do you stay today of the Mets? Do you pay attention to everything that they're doing right now? Because obviously the world's getting a little bit brighter for the Mets right now.
And to be honest with you, I was never a baseball fan until now, until I retired. When you retire from playing, you become a fan. That's when you become a fan. When you're playing, you're so wrapped up in your own world that you don't always understand everything because it's all about me. You know, when I retired, I became to appreciate fans. I began to appreciate how fans react and what baseball means to those people. You know, I mean, here it is some 30-something years later, you're still talking about a ground ball that I hit down first base line. Granted, it was one of the big moments in all of baseball, but to me, it was a ground ball. It wasn't a home run, it was a ground ball. And one of my better ground balls either, but you know, but that just goes to show you the passion that people have for the game. Not just Met fans, I'm talking baseball fans in general.
And Mookie, to bring it all back together, this faith that you have, the world today, and on Wake Up Call, I mean, everybody knows everything that I touch, I don't hide my faith in it.
Yeah.
I feel like, and maybe everyone felt like this at a certain point in different decades and centuries and whatnot, but it feels like the world needs God now more than ever.
Yeah.
Do you feel that? Do you feel the way to that?
Yeah, I've always felt that. I've always felt that way. And that's because we have a lot of believers in this world, but we don't have a lot of faith. It's a big difference, you know. People, when you believe something, as I said, people, when you believe something, you acknowledge that something is possible, but you don't have any faith that it's going to happen. You know, if you have faith that it's going to happen, then you wouldn't see as much misery that we experience in this world today, because they know that God will keep His promise. And right now, I don't think people even acknowledge that God even made them a promise that He will always take care of them. I don't think people actually believe that now. They believe that I got to go out and do it myself. That's what it is right now. And they go out and they try to take control, and you see what happens. We will mess up everything. Men will mess up everything if you give them half a chance. And right now we have a chance what we're doing.
That coming here from Mookie Wilson here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, a faithful person and 1986 World Series champion. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Avicoli's, located on the corner of Route 57 and Wetzel Road in Liverpool, New York, has been your trusted neighbor for decades. Located just steps from Liverpool High School, we're happy to have the Liverpool Warriors on-site, on-location broadcast at Avicoli's through Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora every single month, featuring student athletes, coaches, and administration throughout the year from Liverpool High School. Head out to Avicoli's today on the corner of Route 57 and Wetzel Road in Liverpool, New York, open Tuesday through Sunday for lunch, dinner, and drinks. We'd love to see you out there. And of course, you can call them at 315-622-5100 for takeout, delivery, and catering. That's 315-622-5100. And also find them on myavicolis.com. That's myavicollis.com. Having peace of mind when you're out of town that your furry-loving friend is safe and sound means taking them to Canine Campground, because we all know that when it comes to the love of our pets, it goes well beyond the call of duty to make sure they're safe and sound. Right, Lily? So take a ride to 242 Johnson Street in East Syracuse, New York, and see Canine Campground and where your dog will be staying, in the classic cabin, the executive cabin, the grand cabin, or of course the luxury cabin, because if you know Lily, you know she loves luxury. Now you don't have to wait to the last minute to find a family member or a friend that'll take your dog for a few days. Call Canine Campground at 315-299-4013. That's 315-299-4013. Their drop-off and pickup times are Monday through Sunday. Check K9campground.com for more information. That's the letter K, the number 9, and campground spelled with a K.com. caninecampground.com.
When you're going out of town, bring your dog to Canine Campground.
PB&J's Lunchbox, the food truck that you love finding all throughout Central and Upstate New York, now has a street-side cafe. So when you're craving their traditional favorites as well as their out-of-box amazing menu items, you can now head to 663 Old Liverpool Road in Liverpool, New York. Located just minutes from the highway, the Thruway, Destiny USA, and Onondaga Lake Parkway, PB&J's Lunchbox Street-Side Cafe is there for you Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m., serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner all throughout the day. Get breakfast for dinner, dinner for lunch, whatever you fancy, including their award-winning grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Find them at 663 Old Liverpool Road in Liverpool, New York. PB&J's Lunchbox, where we love to know what's in your lunchbox. As a patient, what do we want? To be cared for, to be listened to, and to have someone walk us through the process on our path to victory. Victory Sports Medicine and Orthopedics does all of those things beautifully, with Dr. Mark Petropoli leading the team on 791 West Genesee Street in Skaneateles, New York, located minutes from beautiful Skaneateles Lake. Whatever your injury may be from head to toe, preventative care, rehab, physical therapy, laser therapy, and surgery are all available at Victory Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, where they care about us, they listen to us, and they understand that everyone's path to victory is a little bit different. Let them help you on yours by calling 315-685-7544 to make your appointment today. That's 315-685-7544. And find out more information at victorysportsmedicine.com. It is now my honor and true appreciation to be able to share with you what I'm going to share with you right now, which is, for the first time ever, the Chick-fil-A Watertown, New York message from their owner and operator that you'll be hearing every broadcast Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. You will not hear this commercial anywhere else, and I'm honored and thankful and appreciative that I was given the great blessing to be able to work with this wonderful franchise and the wonderful Brady family. With that being said, for the first time ever, the worldwide premiere of Chick-fil-A Watertown commercial. This is a special message from Merritt Brady, owner-operator of Chick-fil-A Watertown on 1290 Arsenal Street in Watertown, New York.
Chick-fil-A for me has always been about the people. I think it starts with the strength and leadership of the Cathy family. It's just amazing to see a family-run business reach the altitude that they have. Second mile service is something that we embodied at my previous business, and the ability to make people feel like they're the only person at your establishment, that you are there to serve them that day and looking for those extra ways to make them happy, to anticipate what they need next is what makes me tick. And I'm going to have so many opportunities at Chick-fil-A to do that. It's one of my favorite things to eat in the world. My favorite application question or interview question when I'm interviewing is when I get to, have you ever eaten at Chick-fil-A? And a smile hits both their ears. You know, they can't even answer the question for a second. And when I see that, it's like, man, that's going to be a great hire. They already get it. They already feel it. They already know that we're different. The Chick-fil-A experience, it's a real thing. And then, of course, just our generosity and community involvement and making a positive impact in the lives of our team members, our guests, and the community in general, I think is really the secret sauce.
Chick-fil-A Watertown on 1290 Arsenal Street in Watertown, New York. Coming to you, fall 2022. That's once again, the worldwide premiere of the Chick-fil-A Watertown, New York commercial. Coming to you here on Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora, produced by Dan Tortora Broadcast Media and featuring the voice of the owner-operator you will get to know in Watertown, New York, in the North Country, and that is Chick-fil-A Watertown, New York owner-operator Merritt Brady. Thank you to the Brady family. Thank you for their time and for everything that Merritt put into that commercial. You have no idea the work, the prayer, the faith, and just the time and the energy and emotion put into a lot of things that we spoke about en route to making that for you. So very much thank you, Merritt, and excited to unveil it for the first time ever. And perfect to unveil it in between two national champions. So beautiful thing here. Big shout out to Mookie Wilson, who was just on the broadcast, New York Mets 1986 World Series champion, who in Game 6 of 1986 number one, jumped up over a wild pitch and then was able to, right after that, knock the ball down the first base line. Bill Buckner did not handle that ball that came right over to him, and that scored Ray Knight, which secured the Mets forcing a Game 7, which they would win over their Boston Red Sox to give them their 1986 World Series championship. So Mookie, an integral part of winning that. But you can see in our conversation, more than anything else, he wanted to talk about God, his faith, and just believing and truly knowing that there's someone out there that loves you, that will help you, and that there's a stark difference between belief and faith. Belief is knowing that it's out there. Faith is knowing that God will take care of you. God has got your back. Belief, I believe that I want this to happen. Faith, it's going to happen, right? So, a beautiful, beautiful testament, a beautiful tribute, and beautiful time with Mookie Wilson, the 1986 World Series champion. Very, very proud that we got an opportunity to talk with him. I would like to thank Jason Smorrell and the entire Syracuse Mets organization for helping to set that up when Mookie came back for Faith and Family Night this past weekend. So I truly want to thank Jason Smorrell, the general manager of the Syracuse Mets, for helping to make that a reality. So with that being said, and that was faith too, right? There was a lot of things that went on that night just to get to that conversation. A lot of time that I waited and a lot of faith that I had to have that it was going to work out because the schedule did not work out as planned. So happy that I got to sit there, and I'm going to cherish that picture forever of me sitting with Mookie Wilson. And hopefully this is not the first time I speak with Mookie, and hopefully we get a lot more time to talk about faith. As I had told him, that's what my show is all about. So I'd love to spend some more time. We get to spend a few minutes, which is beautiful. Any minutes are good. And I would love to expand on what we've been able to talk about, to speak more on faith, more on 1986, more on what happened when I was 1 year old and the Mets won it. So hopefully the Mets got a true shot this year. They got a bunch of talent. We've seen a bunch of it come through Syracuse with the Syracuse Mets AAA affiliation, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what they're going to do next. So very excited. I am a big-time DeGrom fan, and that happened over the last couple of years where I didn't really, follow the Mets like other people do, and I started to get really into it. And now Beatty's up there, so there's a lot of guys to get excited about with the Mets. Pete Alonso, I have that bobblehead in this studio somewhere, so very excited for that. So with that being said, we're going to take our final step aside of this first hour of Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora inside of the Cafe Kubal studios. Head out to Cafe Kubal this morning. Maybe you're on the way there now. If you are, I hope you're not watching the video. If you have the video up, I hope you're listening to it while you drive, or that you're listening to us on mixlr.com/wakeupcalldt. Please be safe. Please be safe. You can always watch the video right after. The video loads within a few minutes of us finishing up on Facebook and YouTube.com, both /wakeupcalldt. I don't know why I say backslash that way. I give it an accent, but I feel like it deserves it. It's earned it. /. So that's why it has it. So very, very excited for what's coming up here with Alex Grigorita right after this fast break. Another new Bobcat Buzz. I told you every single month in our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership with the Bryant and Stratton College Bobcats of Syracuse, you are going to get exclusive content. And within the last couple weeks, you have gotten special after special after special after special after special after special. And I am not, to let y'all know about this. I'm not accentuating this, right? I'm not blowing it up more than it is. We have done that. We've done multiple specials. We had a one-on-one conversation with Carrie Welsh of the women's soccer team and her teammate. We had Gabby Cordero on the show. We had Jess Shepard on the show and Haley Elsey on the show. All did individual Bobcat Buzz specials. Then we had a roundtable discussion where we played rapid fire. Then we had a separate one with the men's soccer team with head coach Nick Dimitrievski, with Felipe Pampalim, Giovanni Galina, as well as Sean Altador, and they joined me from Brazil, Italy, and Canada, respectively. And we got to sit, and Nick as well, being overseas. I mean, everyone from a different place, not America. So right there, sitting at that table, you had people from all over the world, and we did that men's soccer special, which you can go and check that out as well. And then we had Nick Dimitrievski coming off of his 3-0 start. Alex Grigorita is going to be joining me here. And this Friday, the baseball team in their inaugural season, making history, are going to join me with a bunch of specials. So Bobcat Buzz to the nth degree is coming at you today and this week. And so I'm very excited to be able to share those with you. Greg said, Mookie did a great job a few weeks ago at the New York Mets Old Timers game. Steve Cohen put on an amazing event. De facto Mets love is still New York Mets love. I'll take it. So, yeah, I mean, listen, I didn't grow up a Mets fan, but if it makes you feel better, Greg, I was the first, as a kid, and I still remember this. I still remember being in the front room by my dad's desk, and that when I put these on, my first ever sunglasses that I remember choosing to wear were my New York Mets sunglasses, and they got to be somewhere, but they might actually be over here, but they're blue, and they have the New York Mets logo on it, so you can't see my eyes, but I can see out, and I have had those sunglasses since I was 4, so I can tell you without doubt that the first sunglasses I chose to wear as a little kid that I can remember are my Mets glasses, and I have enjoyed the Mets the last couple of years, not because they're winning, but because I got around a family that were big-time Mets fans, and I just, started to appreciate them. So not that I don't love my Diamondbacks, and not that they're not my babies, but I do definitely have an appreciation for the Mets. So, not a bandwagon guy. It had nothing to do with wins. It had to do more with just being around it, enjoying it, loving the orange and blue, because I grew up in a city of orange and blue, having the Syracuse Mets here, which I always thought made sense, and, being able to, have a team in New York that's close by that's a 45-minute plane ride. So with that being said, shout out to Mookie Wilson and the 1986 World Series champion Mets. Would love to talk to more of them. Would love to talk to Mookie even more, but I will appreciate if this is all I get, because we talked about God, we talked about faith, and we, hopefully gave you something positive to really hone in on and help you through the day, because Mookie definitely had a great testament at the game, and it was beautiful for the people that stayed, and I really appreciated it. So with that being said, we're going to take a step aside for a fast break inside of the Cafe Kubal Studios. Head out there today, 3501 James Street, 324 West Water Street, 401 South Salina Street in Syracuse, inside of their double-decker cafe on 343 Fayette Street in Manlius, and on the corner of Route 11 and Taft Road at Sweetheart Corners. We'll see you out there, and we'll see you right after this fast break with Alex Grigorita, national champion, head coach right here in our community at Bryant and Stratton College of Syracuse for the women's soccer team. In these unique times, there are those in our community that give us a sense of normalcy and positivity. Pizza Man on 50 Oswego Street in Baldwinsville has been here for you for over 35 years. and is here now. Call 315-638-1234 or order online at pizzamanbeville.com to bring those familiar tastes into your home. And remember to come see our monthly on-site broadcasts centered around the community and our Baldwinsville beats. Pizza Man in Baldwinsville. Any way you slice it, they are always here for you.
This is Jimmer Sikowski, owner-operator of Chick-fil-A Cicero, 7916 Brewerton Road in Cicero, right in front of the Home Depot. I had a deep feeling that God wanted me to do something bigger with my life and to help people, help others. I kept putting Chick-fil-A in my life, and I realized as I was going through the franchise selection process that positively impacting the lives of others was really core to what we do here at Chick-fil-A. First of all, it starts with the food. The food is brought in fresh daily. We bring in local produce. We prepare to order in the kitchen. We hand bread our chicken. We hand spin our milkshakes. It's great food. It doesn't taste like fast food. I think the second thing is the way people feel when they come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. It's different. We try to treat people with intentional kindness here, which is very different and deeper than good customer service. And so I think it feels remarkable for most people to come in a Chick-fil-A restaurant. And then lastly, the impact that we try to have in the community is very different. It's a big part of the expectation of every operator of a Chick-fil-A restaurant is that they're actively engaged in their community, they're a leader in the community, and they're making a difference. When they realize that what we're striving to do is to shine a little light in their life, that's a very, very different experience than you will have in any other quick service restaurant. And it's that remarkable experience that I think people will emotionally connect with.
I'm George Townsend of Honda City with some good advice when buying a new car. The true cost of owning a new car is determined by the appraised value when you trade it. No vehicle appraises higher than a Honda. Next, look for low APRs and deep discounts. You also want low maintenance costs and great fuel economy. That's why my advice to you is to buy a new Honda. Looking pre-owned, visit our Honda Certified Used Car Center. Honda City, 7140 Henry Clay Boulevard, Liverpool, or HondaCity-CNY.com.
It would be a pity if you don't shop at Honda City.
Our corporate purpose at Chick-fil-A is to glorify God by being faithful stewards of all that's entrusted to us and to positively influence all those who come in contact with Chick-fil-A. And what became increasingly clear from our success in Cicero is that people love Chick-fil-A. And also I think we recognized that, we had a great opportunity to grow the brand and grow our platform. I felt incredibly grateful when I was selected to be a Chick-fil-A operator. I think what it's meant for me, what I've come to realize on a very deep level is that this is a calling for me. It's not a career. It's not a job. The Lord called me to be a Chick-fil-A operator and to use these restaurants to glorify Him and to positively influence other people. I'm blessed. I'm very blessed.
Head to Chick-fil-A Clay on 3974 State Route 31 in Liverpool, New York. For another edition of the Bobcat Buzz and our exclusive multimedia marketing partnership with the Bryant and Stratton College Bobcats of Syracuse and your assistant AD as well as women's soccer head coach Alex Grigorita. And this season, Alex, I've been out there for a bunch of games here. Just what you can say about what you've seen from the team initially this season so far.
So far I'm almost can see what I was expecting, right? So it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I told you kind of in our beginning of preseason, right, or beginning of the season, that it's a work in progress, process that it takes time. as much as I would like to say that I'm a magician, I'm not, so in the 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks that we've been together with this group, so miracles don't happen. Miracles, you have to work hard, and what I'm excited about, that the group understands that, and the group realizes that, hey, we have lots of work ahead of us. We've done some of it. We kind of establishing a foundation, and I always say it's like a building a house. You have to have a solid foundation in order to move on. And the season is early. We only played 3 games, right? We won 1, we tied 1, and we lost 1. Am I upset about the results? No, I can't really say it. And did I expect this kind of outcome? Yes or no? You're always hoping for the better one. You always hoping that, hey, miracles will happen, but again, they don't. You have to earn them. You have to work hard for them. And we understand that. Like my starting 11, 7 of the players are first-year players of our team, right? So they are first-year students. So obviously, it's a lot for them to take. It's a lot for them to learn. It's learn the game, learn the system, learn the way, learn the physicality, and the fitness level and requirements, of the college soccer here in the U.S. So, but I'll give them a credit. They taking us champs. They truly believe in themselves and believe in our coaching staff, which is the most important. And we do our best. Like literally working 24/7. In order to improve and figure it out. What's our next step in development? I was talking to one of the team captains this morning, and she says, Coach, everything is different than last year. I said, yeah, because we have a different group. And me as a coach, and my coaching staff, we don't go so much like template, right, practices. We adjust on the fly, we adjust based on the group, we adjust based on the everyone feedback, and everyone what we see. And that's how we design our daily plans, weekly plans, like our cycles, training cycles, based on that. And that's why it's a little bit different this year. But I still think we're on the right path, and that's the most important. I see improvement from not even game to game. I see improvement from practice to practice, and I couldn't be happier with the overall development.
You have 3 games to start the season. You get a win, you get a loss, you get a tie. So you've seen all different angles of it. What does that do for you as a coach, and how can that be a great teachable moment to experience a draw, to have that tie, to have that win, to have that loss, to go through all 3 elements of it? What does that do for a coach, especially early on, and can you use it to your advantage?
You could, it could go either way. For a younger coach, an experienced coach, or a younger group, it could literally make you lose your confidence and put you, here we go, and stuff like that. For us, we're focusing on the process. We're focusing now, we're looking to put the work and the type of practice now, so it benefits us in October when our actually main conference games are scheduled, right? So, or towards the national championship season when it's beginning of November, right? So, just to give you kind of a good example, if last year, this time around, we already were working on more tactical and kind of, finding the tunes, this year we still almost putting the fundamentals of the fitness, right? So we are 3 games in, and we're still working on our fitness level. We're still working, so our type of practice, our type of sessions are a little bit different. And that's why I'm happy, and I'm happy with my coaching staff, and I'm quite happy with the girls that they understanding and they super into it. We get the buy-in, from the team. They super positive about. They super open, and every single time I get so excited, when I come to practice and we start talking about little details of individual, either defending, attacking, individual positioning, and I see those eyes, they sparkly eyes, they excited about, and I always say, you can tell that they give me more, coach, tell me more, provide me more, teach me more, and that's what's exciting about, so that's why every single time we come and be ready to go again and give it all on the field.
We look at what's coming up. You have a bunch of home contests. What can you say to the community about the schedule you have coming up and why they should come out and see Bryant and Stratton, Syracuse?
First of all, it's I watched a couple other schools, other programs, local programs this last weekend and last week, and it's exciting. It's Syracuse community
definitely needs more soccer and enjoys soccer. Soccer, it's a sport that always been top sport, one of the top sports in the Syracuse community, and it's exciting to see, so it's exciting to watch. And now, like our team for sure, like as a defending national champions, like it's exciting to come and see another team where we have to offer and compare us to others, or to see what we do differently than other teams around here. And it's a great experience, that's for sure. We love seeing people coming to the games. We love seeing family and friends coming to the games, and that's what we do, right? We play the game for us and for everyone else in the community, for sure.
That coming once again from the Bryant and Stratton Bobcats, head coach of the women's soccer team, that being Alex Grigorita, a reigning national champion, and in their first 3 games have a win, a loss, and a tie. So you get to see everything from all of those angles and move forward in a positive way, which I'm sure they will. With that being said, we're going to move forward into video number 2. For those of you on youtube.com and facebook.com, both /WakeUpCallDT, it's going to be airing at 10 a.m. in just a minute. Tortora and Alfred with the ingredients to success, proudly brought to you by Avicoli's, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, God willing. As always, Facebook